Okay. Good evening, guys, everyone. Right. Online participants, good evening. Okay, right. So today, let's go with again statistical concepts available in Excel. So if you remembered the last two sessions, we worked with introduction to Excel, the basic the advantages, the applications, what are the drawbacks in it, and what are the limitations in it. And we just worked with quick access dual bar options. What is cell address? How to utilize the range of cell address to work with some aggregations and the functionalities. So we worked with all these options earlier. So today we are going to understand the same statistical options available. The first worksheet is completely working based on statistics. And here you are working with these key elements, types of statistics, why, and then we'll go with some of the options available in it. So remembered first thing first, what is statistics? What is statistics? Simple question. Everyone. Hmm? What is statistics case? Statistics itself is nothing but it's a branch of mathematics, which is something more inclined towards the key elements like how to collect the data, how to store the data, how to organize the data, how to analyze the data. And finally, data interpretations is one more key element that we'll be focusing on. These are the key elements available. So the first thing that you'll be focusing on is data collection. You are going to collect the data. Okay, whatever the data that you are having, you are going to collect the data and then you are going to store it. First, the data collection can be in different ways. You are going to collect the data from different varied data sources too, or at some point of time, you are performing some quick service to get the data, or at some point of time, you're just taking some interviews to get the data. There are multiple aspects available. There are multiple key elements in it. Data collection. And then there's the next option available called data organization. Once after collecting the data, you're storing it and you're organizing it. What does this data organization mean? Storing it in a structured format. Maybe if duplicates are there or some unnecessary data types have been, you need to change. What are the considerations that you want to do? All these things that you need to do here in data organization part itself. And then there's the third option available called data analysis. And what is this data analysis you will be focusing on? Hmm? Transforming the data. See, data analysis is the most crucial part that we'll be focusing on here. You are going to understand, you are going to analyze what are the case studies, what are the problem statements that we are having, and you're going to able to focus on that key section area. So for example, to solve one particular use case, or so for example, 3 to 4 problem statements available, you need to able to get the data, you need to analyze it, why it is not going to happen, why it is going to happen, what are the requirements. To work upon all these things, the only thing that we'll be focusing on is data analysis. And then there's a fourth option called data interpretation. Data interpretation means you are going to take some conclusions out of it. You're going to interpret and you're going to take some conclusions out of your data. And then finally, you're going to present it with the help of some visualizations. See, end of the day, what are the analytics tasks that you do, the data cleaning part, the data collecting part, all these things, the final end result is not focused on these approaches. The final end result is only based on the visualization part, the dashboards part, the reports part, the understanding part. See, your client will be having one requirement. These are the problem statements that you need to solve. Okay, chalo, well and good, fine. But to understand it, to able to work upon these things, the simple approach here is presentations. When you're talking about the presentation part, you are going to explain it with the help of visualization, everything. Whether that opposite person is more interested in understanding from where you collected the data, how you collected the data, how you clean the data, how you edit, how you utilize this duplicate values, how you remove the duplicate values, how you change the null values, whether they'll focus on all these key sections, guys? No, they'll be not focusing on these things. The final part that they'll be focusing on is the result part, the analytics part. So that is something that we are going to do with the help of presentations. And here, when you are talking about types of statistics, you're having two options. We worked with this both theoretically earlier, if you remember. One is descriptive statistics and the other one is inferential statistics. Can anyone explain me what is the difference between descriptive and inferential statistics? When you're working with descriptive statistics, you're going to work with past historical data. When you're working with descriptive statistics, you're going to work with past historical data. But when you're working with inferential statistics, the simple difference is they also are going to work with past historical data. You're going to work with past historical data, but you're going to predict the future. You're going to understand. You're going to forecast. So these are the things that you need to focus on. Okay. One more time. Descriptive, inferential. These are the two options available with us. When you're talking about descriptive statistics, it just explains you based upon the past historical data analytics, understanding the data, analyzing the data. But when you're working with inferential statistics, you are going to work with the new outcome. When you're working with inferential statistics, the main key part that we need to focus on is utilizing the same past historical data, you are going to predict the future, forecasting, predicting. That is something we'll be going with inferential stats. Yes, exactly. Anusha, Samya, Likita, right, Likita? Yeah. Now, why? Descriptive statistics is something that we are going to utilize to understand decision making. By analyzing, you can able to do some decision making. But when you're working with inferential stats, you can able to utilize both problem solving as well as prediction. So these both approaches that you can able to utilize here when you're working with the Y section of inferential stats. Clear, guys? Chalo. Now let's go with some practical options directly available here in statistics. So guys, to utilize this option, first thing first, in my data tab, you need to select this option, guys. Data analysis tool pack. Whether you're having this option, I guess no. You're not going to get this option in your data. Are you getting this option? No, you will not be having this option. If in case you want to get this option called data analysis in your Excel, you need to get it as an add-in, guys. You need to just get that option as add-in. On top left corner, just go to file. So I'm selecting this option. Go with your interface. In your interface, you'll be having an option called file. Select file, completely come down. Is there any option relating to Excel options? Yes. Select this option, Excel options. There's this option called add-ins. Again, in add-ins down, you are having this option called go. Select this option, go. And the first option, try to select this, guys, analysis tool pack. Select the first option, analysis tool pack, checkbox it and click on OK. Now you are going to get that value. Okay, done, completed. Now, simply just click on OK, guys. Okay, just click on analysis toolpack and just simply click on OK. Now you will be getting this option called data analysis. So are you getting the same option, everyone? Guys? Yes. See, Sai Krishna, on top left corner, you can able to use this option called file. Now here itself in file, there is this option called Excel options. Just select this Excel options and here itself there is an option called add-ins. Go with add-ins, completely come down. There is an option called go. Simply just click on go and select the first option called analysis toolpack and just click on OK. You'll get this option. Simple. Okay, guys. And just by utilizing that option, you can able to get that value. Simple. Now, guys, here we're getting all the months starting from Jan till December. For each and every month, what is the sale value that you can able to get here? Okay. These values are based on thousands, in thousands. Okay. Take a simple assumption, Jan till December, you're having a simple table and the values have been provided as sales values. Now, I just want to perform some aggregation statistical options available here. I want to go with mean, median, mode, standard deviation, variance. Some options are available. I can able to get that option. So here, the first option that you are going to get here is mean. Simply just provide it with mean. As we all know that when you're working with mean, it's nothing but average. Just try to provide average function, tab, and you just need to provide the values in it. In your average itself, select this particular cell address, entire cell address, and just click on parentheses. You'll get your average. In the same way, you are having something called median as well as mode. As we are already aware of it, when you are working with this median, median is nothing but the exact middle value available in the data set. Close the parenthesis, click on enter, you'll get that middle value. And then the last, we are having one more option called mode. And what is mode? You are going to get most frequently repeated value. Select this cell, select this, enter. And you are going to get that most frequently repeated value available in the data. But here, when you're working with this, just check this out. The same 2411, both are repeated for twice. But still, you can able to see the same value part. Okay, sorting is also going to happen here. That is the reason it will work in that way. Measures of central tendency. Anyone remember the topic called normal distribution? Normal distribution. What is going to happen in normal distribution? You are going to get something called bell curve. The mean, median, mode. All these three options are going to be provided directly in your exact central position. You are going to get all these three values in the central position: mean, median, mode. Mean is nothing but average. Median is nothing but the exact middle value, and mode itself is going to be your most frequently repeated value available in the data set. So when you are talking about outlier, is it the best practice to replace it with mean or median? Median. Chalo, if in case you want to go with standard deviation function you can use. Variance you can use. But here, instead of utilizing each and every function individually, I just want to utilize all these functions in a single go. So what I'm going to do now? There is this option called data analysis. And here I can able to use this option called what is it? Descriptive statistics. Select this descriptive statistics and just click on OK. Input range it is asking you. Select this input range from 25 till 11. Whatever the range of values that you are having, select all this range of values here in this input range section. Now, output options are having three options. What are these three options? Output range, new worksheet play, new workbook. And here when you're working with this output range, it explains you providing that output table in the same worksheet wherever the value that you're providing, the cell that where you're selecting, at that point of time, you are going to get this output range. If in case you're working with this new worksheet play, what is going to happen? You are going to get that output range in a separate worksheet. You are going to get this new worksheet play in a separate worksheet altogether. But when you are working with this new workbook, you are going to get that entire output in a separate workbook itself. You are going to get that entire output in a separate workbook itself. And that is the difference between these three options: output range, new worksheet play, and new workbook. Now, here itself, I'll just go with these options. The first option that I'll be going with is new worksheet play. That means whatever the output that I want to generate, the statistical descriptive statistic options, all these options I want to provide it in a new worksheet. Here you are getting four options: summary stats, confidence level of mean, kth largest, kth smallest. I'll go with the first option called summary statistics and just click on OK. Where this output itself is provided in a new worksheet, in a separate page. See, are you getting this? Here itself, you can able to access all this descriptive statistical summary statistic options. But if in case the same output that you want to provide it in the same worksheet, what you need to do? Just come back, select this option called data analysis, descriptive statistics, and here itself, instead of new worksheet play, just go with this output range. And where this output range need to be provided, select this and select this. Select this and select any one cell. That means whatever the output table that you are generating, that output itself is provided somewhere here. And just click on OK. Okay, input range we need to select, right? See. Okay, input range you're selecting, output range where you need to select, just click on OK. Now here itself data alpha. Along with this, you are having one more option, new workbook. New workbook in the sense, forget about same worksheet or a separate worksheet. You are going to create a separate workbook itself completely. And that is something you can able to get this here. Okay. And this is what we can able to get. Just check this out, everyone. We need to download it, Ajay. Add in, right? In file, you're not having that option. For others, it's working. Yes. Okay, we need to check the totalum. Okay. Yeah. Acha, okay. So if in case, just go with file one more time. Select this Excel options, add-ins, go to add-ins, and here itself, there is this option called Go. Simply just click on Go, and now select the top option, Analysis Tool Pack. Click on the tick mark Analysis Tool Pack and just click on OK. You'll get that value. Okay, maybe some options are disabled, I guess, based on version. To check. Guys, what is the difference between variance and standard deviation? Hmm? When you're talking about variance, what is a range? Okay. From starting to ending, what is the range that you need to get? But when you're working with standard deviation, it just explains you how much deviated the value is from central position to the right side end or the left side end. Okay. From your average, how much deviated the value is towards your right, towards your left. Based on that, you can able to get this standard deviation value. Now, yes, Akshay, maybe version not selected, I guess. Okay. For some versions, that options are not available, I guess. For others, offline participants, everyone you are having this data analysis, right? Tool pack. Okay. Or else at least the validity part, if in case, give it a try, free trial validity pack. At least for this particular module, we'll go with these add-ins online. Okay. So here, try to go with those two options also, guys. Kth largest, kth smallest, and go with that confidence interval part. Along with summary stats, are having three more options called kth largest, kth minimum, and confidence interval. So what is it? Just try to take that part and try to provide it in a new worksheet. I joined the class due to the data analysis. Sure, Tanya. See, Tanya, on top left, go with this file. Down there, you can able to use this Excel options. Go with add-ins. In add-ins, click on Go, tick mark analysis tool pack, and just click on OK. And then go to your data tab. And here you can able to see this data analysis. In this way, you can able to get that option, guys. The kth largest, the kth smallest is nothing but the k value. The considering the hypothesis tested value, guys. I'll explain you this with the distribution, the clustering distribution. Confidence interval. Confidence interval is the option that you are going to utilize to understand how much confident that you are, right? So for example, you are having this value option 95% confidence, 90% confident, okay, 25% confident, whatever the confidence interval values that you are going to take action. So for example, you are working with the medical data. You are going to adjust that confidence interval to even 99.7% too. And the minimum cutoff value that we are having in the confidence interval is 70%. So based on our requirement, we need to select those values and you need to able to get that output. So that is what we need to get that part. Now, here you are having all these options along with the basic summary stats in your data analysis tool pack. If in case you want to go with this options like visualizations, line charts, histograms, those things again you can do here. So for example, there is one more visualization type called histogram. Here in Excel also you can create some visualizations, guys. By the way, you want to create a pie chart or a donut chart or a histogram or a line, area, whatever the visual that you want to create, you can do it here directly. I'm having one sample data here, A to Z. I'm calling it with a column name student names A to Z. And for each and every student name, we are having marks. For every student name, we are having some marks. And here itself, we are providing these values 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, till so on and so forth till 100. All these values have been provided here. And now, here you can consider these values 10 to 100. And here you can able to say this frequency, guys. How many times that particular band wise data points have been frequently distributed. Anyone remembered when you're working with the stats module, I explained about histogram. It works with categorical or numeric or categorical numeric. You are going to create bins based on categorical data or numeric data. You are going to create the bins based on numeric data, guys. Remember, if in case you are having a data set like age, if in case you want to create it based on 5 bins, 0 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80, 80 to 100. 5 bins I'm creating. So for example, I just want to go with a simple approach, creating 10 bins. 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, on and on and on till 90 to 100. So we are going to create some bins. And the same thing goes. So for example, you are having a column called sales, salary. You are going to create some salary based on bins. Low, medium, high. Between this to this, one bin. Between this to this, the other bin. Greater than this value, high, another bin. Always remember when you're working with the bins concept, creating bins in histogram, multiple bins that you are going to create, the width is going to decrease. If you are adding multiple bins, 10, 20, 30, what usually happens is the width is going to decrease. If you are having only limited bins, the width of that bin is going to increase. See, take an assumption that you are having a column called H. You want to create 5 bins. 10 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80, 80 to 100. 5 bins are bin there. Now, each and every bin, the size is 20. Each and every bin, the size is 20. Now, in that particular bin, if you want to get the data point, in that particular bin, if you want to get the data point, the bin width is increased. Why? Because 5 bins are there. Automatically, the width itself is okay, good. But if you are creating 10 bins, 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, what is going to happen? The width of that bin itself is very small. Based on that, you'll be getting the value. Okay. So based on this requirement, you need to get that output and you need to work on it. Frequency distribution. How to create a histogram again? Simple. You can do it with the help of, you can again just go with the same option, data analysis. Simple. Go to your data. And here itself, select your data analysis. And just down there, you can able to use this option called histogram visual. Select this histogram, just click on OK. Now in a separate window, it is asking you what are your input range. What is the input range values? The input range values is something starting from 44 till 98. Now, based on this value input range, I want to specify the bin range. See, I manually entered some bin range values, guys. 0, 10, 20, 30 till 100. Total, these data points have been provided. Starting from this till 100, I want to provide this bin range. That means 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, like that 10 bins I'm creating. Input range, input data that you will consider taking here from marks. Bin range you'll be specifying here. And the same thing goes with this output range. Whether you want to provide that output, reference, visualization or table in the same worksheet in the selected range or in the new worksheet or completely new workbook. Depending upon your requirement, you can work with it. So I want to provide it with a new worksheet. And what you want to select, make sure you need to select any one of the option here. It's whether sorted histogram, cumulative percentage, a chart output. Okay. Simple. I'll go with this chart output. Click on OK in new worksheet. You'll get this option. This is the previous one. And here it explains about the bin and the frequency distribution. That means between this, what is the data talking about? Student name and marks. And now just by looking into this visual, what is the conclusion? Between the range 10 to 20, no one. 20 to 30, no one. But between 50 to 60, the range, there you can able to see 4 students got marks. So that range itself has been provided here in the histogram visual as well as table format. Creating bins based on numerical data distribution. This is one type of descriptive stats visualization called histogram, available in data analytics. We'll do one thing. Once after completing 2 to 3 visuals, directly we'll go with this Superstore data set we are having in Tableau, right? We'll import it in Tableau and we'll perform some visualizations. Then you can easily able to understand. Just check this out. Done, guys? Not yet. Again, the same issue, guys. Disconnecting from the meeting. Guys, just quickly update in the chat. Yes or no? How many of you are facing the same problem? Disconnecting from the meeting. Everyone? I just informed the team, guys. Okay, just a minute. I'll update them. హలో ఇది 7:30 ఇది మీటింగ్ ఓకే అవుతుంది అది డిస్కనెక్ట్ అవుతుంది చెప్తావా అదే రిపీట్ అవుతుంది లేదు సేమ్ మీటింగ్ నీకు రాదు వాళ్ళు ఆన్లైన్ స్టూడెంట్స్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ రోజు అదే ప్రాబ్లం Okay, done, completed everyone. Right. Now, you can even consider going with this line chart visualizations, guys. Say, let's go with a simple line chart. That means you are going to create a visualization. For time being, don't consider this. I'll let you know. The simple requirement, let's try to understand. Hmm? వీళ్ళకి ఆఫ్ ఆన్లైన్ లో పార్టిసిపెంట్స్ కి డిస్కనెక్ట్ అవుతుందంట మీ టూకే మీటింగ్ ఎండ్ అయిపోతుంది గైస్ జస్ట్ మినిట్ డ్యూరింగ్ విత్ ద లింక్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ 6-7 గైస్ హౌ మెనీ ఆఫ్ యూ ఆర్ ఫేసింగ్ ద సేమ్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ a quick yes only the participants are getting the problem guys must have 7 8 guys yes Salam, that is what we are working on it. Just a minute. Continue. Okay, let's continue, guys. And maybe they'll be working on it. Okay. So here we are having three columns available: month, number of calls, as well as average. The requirement in itself is simple. As we all know that line charts are being utilized to understand patterns and trends in the data. Here, a type of chart that represents the data points connected by a line to show trends, changes, or patterns over time and across categories. Okay. As we already learned the same logic, we are already familiar with this line charts and area charts earlier. When you're working with these visualizations, Power BI or Tableau, or say, for example, any Python or any tool, library related tool. If in case you're working with these charts, if in case you want to understand patterns and trends based on year or month or quarter or year, automatically you are going to understand the data month or year on year, something like that. So here we are having a table which consists of a column month, and here you can able to consider 2024 and 2025. Both years data has been provided here. Jan till December of 2024, Jan till December of 2025. And here in each and every month of that particular year, how many calls have been provided. The data is also something available here. And here average. That average value itself is also something provided directly here. Now, here you can able to understand the visual from the month of January 2024 to the month of December 2025. And what is the trend? Number of calls. Here number of calls 0, 200, so on and so forth till 1200. Now what is the trend that you want to understand with the help of a line chart? Two ways are there. The first way, don't go with this approach. The mistake that you might commit is directly you'll select this option called insert. Here you can able to see, you can able to play with these visualizations called charts. And here you can go with this line. Simply select this line chart. Okay. This is the first way. But instead of utilizing first thing first, you need to add the data, guys. Let me explain you this. First, select the data. Then go to insert, select line, and then select a line chart. Okay. In the first way, without selecting the visual, you'll not get that part. But make sure, remember, select the data and then just try to add the visualization that you are interested in. Whether it's a line chart or an area chart or a pie or a column, any chart that you're working with, utilize that option to get that output. Simple. And that is what you need to understand. Here you can able to see month. Here you can able to see number of calls. And here you can able to see the average. With the reference of it, you can able to get this output. Simple. If in case you don't want to include this average, just directly work within a month and just utilize this option called number of calls. Utilize the month-wise number of calls, get that visualization activated. Okay, based on the requirement. Make sure theme. Again, we need to theme. We need to play with the colors formatting. Remember, make sure select at least this date column. Utilize one numeric column to understand the pattern and trend over the duration, and just go with this average. And what is this average value 799 is? This is the average of number of calls that you're getting for all the months. Total 12 plus 12, 24 months are there. And for all these 24 months, number of calls are there for each and every month. You're just going to take an average of it and you're utilizing that as an average line in this orange color marking. And here this blue trend itself is going to explain you month-wise total sales. Okay. Let's check this out, guys. Yes, Siddhant. Actually, that is what we are. I just explained to the team, admin team. Uh, they're looking into that. Okay, it's almost the third time, I guess. I Yes, Alam, tomorrow we'll be having session mostly. Any? Those things will change. Until unless you're converting it into table, the values will change. Okay? If you converted that part into table, then only it's going to be fixed, static. Until unless the values might change. We need to do it as a homework, Siddhant. Yeah. Thank you, Charan. Okay, done. Completed. Huh? Clear it. Yeah, మళ్ళీ అదే డిస్కనెక్ట్ అయింది అన్నారు ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్. Guys, now is it okay? Still you're disconnected from the meeting? Okay, no one, no, it's clear, right? Okay, only Alam you disconnect. Only occur అయినట్టున్నారు. Okay, guys, yeah. Yes, yes, Ajay. See, Siddhant, simple. Here we are already having this data set, month, number of calls. I'm taking an average of all these calls and I'm providing that value. Now, 2024, 2025 values have been there. Years have been provided. And here months have been provided. Number of calls are been provided here. And at last, you are going to take an average. Now, from Jan 2024 till December 2025, you are getting all this line chart and you can able to access one line. This particular blue line, we call it as trend line. It just explains you what is a trend for each and every month, what is the total sales value. And here it just explains you the average line, the middle one. And this is what you need to be able to understand. Okay. Before creating a visual, first select the data and then in your insert tab, select the chart and then just try to create it. This is what you need to do. Chalo, one more simple question, guys. Everyone, just give it a try. try to create two columns. Okay, try to create two columns, one for sales and the other one for profit. Okay, and try to create an extra categorical column based on category or any non-numeric column, and try to understand correlation between sales and profit. Okay, sales column, one numeric column, profit column, one more numeric column, and just try to find the correlation between two data points. Sure, I'll go with a quick. See, Soumya, you just need to go with descriptive statistics. See, here data is there, right? Select the data. Before that, go to data tab. Here you are having data analysis. Select this option. Here you can able to find this option called descriptive statistics. Click on OK. Input data, you need to select this input data, whatever the data that you are having, values. And here output, you can select these options, output range or new worksheet or new workbook. And here itself, you need to select this output range and you need to go with this option, summary stats or confidence level. You need to go with summary stats. And here output range, if you want to provide somewhere here in this cell. Okay. I want to create a table here. Select this, click on OK. That output will be provided here. The measures of central tendency, measures of dispersion, skewness, kurtosis, minimum, maximum, sum, count, all these values have been provided here. The question is, try to create three columns, one category column, one sales column, and one profit column. Okay. Then try to provide a scatter plot chart, understanding correlation between sales and profit. Simple question, scatter plot visual. Correlation, numeric to numeric understanding.